And we back.
Hey, we live now, really.
Hey, we live now. Really? Really? What's going on, my beautiful people? How are we doing? Yes, we back. We live. And yeah, we back down like SmackDown. So, with that being said, I just got to say one thing. Is Shedeur Sanders really proven to be the guy out in Cleveland? I guess we're going to go ahead and get into it, and we're going to talk all about it. But without further ado, come on in. Make sure you grab your coffee. Make sure you grab a snack. Make sure you grab a drink. Grab whatever you need to grab, and make sure you just are ready for this talk. And you just get ready to sit back, relax, so that way we can get into the nitty gritty of this quarterback race out in Cleveland. Yes, out in Cleveland. Oh, hold on. All right, Rumble, it is what it is. If we ain't going to be streaming live over there, that's okay. But I got to tell y'all this, because guess who was in the building today? Guess with my little eye, I spotted that GOAT, Deion Sanders, out in Berea today, out in Cleveland. That boy, Deion Sanders. He said, I got to see for myself what my son is doing out there, and I got to see for myself what is going on. Deion Sanders with that boy, Deion Sanders Jr., walking side by side, stride by stride. They showed up to Berea today, and, of course, the only way they could in, the Sanders family fashion. And yes, with Deion Sanders being out there today, with him being out there today, he said, I got to pull up and I got to talk to that guy Monken. Deion Sanders said today, I got to pull up and I got to see what's really going down out there in Cleveland. Deion Sanders said that, hey, at the end of the day, I hope y'all treat my son the right way and how he should be, treated. Because even Jared Verse, he had a little bit to say about it as well. Go ahead, Jared. What you got to say about Deion?
He's one of the best to ever do it. As a Florida State guy, I've always watched him. I always idolized him, watching, going around the facility, you see his picture on every other wall. Like, it's crazy. But I'm just ready to, talk to him, get to dissect his brain a little bit about the game. Obviously, we play different positions, but you still take a lot away from him.
Thank you.
He's one of the best to ever do it.
One of the best to ever do it, said by his own teammate in Jaredverse. Jared, I think you may be right, my friend. I think you just may be right, my friend. Yes, Deion Sanders is one of the best to ever do it in Jaredverse. You're hearing it you're hearing it from him himself. He's saying that, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, when the GOAT is in the building, we got to go get some information from the GOAT. And when the GOAT is in the building, SO to Shedeur Sanders, because Pop's watching. SO to Shedeur Sanders. Because if we cut down to the side, Pops, prime time. Hey, can we drop a bomb for prime time being in the building out in Berea today? Can we drop another bomb for prime time showing up to show his son some love? Can we drop a bomb for prime time Deion Sanders not giving up what people got to say about him showing up and supporting his son? Because as any father would, you'll go support your son too. So he's not interfering. He's over there on the sideline with the regular fans, with everybody else. Deion Sanders is over there chilling, so ain't nobody can say nothing about nothing. Deion Sanders over here living his best life chilling. So what y'all gonna say now? He ain't over there on the sidelines with the coaches. He ain't talking to the coaches during practice. Shedeur Sanders getting warmed up for practice. He getting warmed up for practice, and then Deion Sanders just, guess what he doing? He just over there minding his business. just like a fan spectating. I told you, hey, that boy Prime is in the building, baby. And now I smell with my little nose over here. People are starting to change their tunes about what they got to say about that boy Deion Sanders and his son, Shedeur Sanders.
Let's go to Cleveland, Ohio. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Mike T, can you maybe try to take us inside
what
the
I gotta
Cleveland
say?
Browns organization? Obviously, Andrew Berry's the GM there. He was the GM when they brought in Deshaun Watson. Maybe that wasn't his decision or not. Maybe that came from the owner, but he did do it. And then Todd Monken, as the new head coach, he tried to draft Shedeur Sanders to Baltimore. Now he's the head coach here.
Yeah.
What are they dealing with? Because they are paying Deshaun Watson a ton of money. And then they have Shedeur Sanders, who is this young quarterback who's exciting and did win a couple of games from last year. How do you think that's going in that situation, and who do you think potentially comes out of it?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to go with Shedeur Sanders. And
Hold on. Whoa. Stop. Flag on the play. Hold on. So now we got to go with Shedeur Sanders. Hold on. Hey, y'all. Hey, chat. Was they saying this a couple months ago? Was they saying this a couple weeks ago? They was talking about Shedeur Sanders getting traded. They was talking about Shedeur Sanders. He should be cut. Shedeur Sanders is the worst statistical quarterback of all time. But now he should do what? Can we roll? Can we rewind it?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to go with Shedeur Sanders. And part of the privilege.
Hold on, it's a no-brainer. Hey. Some of y'all that's saying this now, hey, best believe, understand, we got the receipts, baby. We got the receipts. We remember everything that y'all was saying. Y'all said this about Shedeur. Y'all said that about Shedeur. But best believe, baby, we got the receipts. But now, hold on.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. All right, let me stop. Let me.
You got to go with Shedeur Sanders. And part of the privilege of being
$230 million, Tannenbaum. You're telling me if that guy can stand on a football field, they're not going to put him out there?
Pat, one of your responsibilities is you have to admit when you're wrong. And look, as a GM, I had plenty of practice of doing that. You got to cut your losses. Like, this guy could walk on water and lead him to a Super Bowl. They're not going to extend him. And if I'm Todd Monken, I got to know.
So what's the point in playing him? That is what I'm saying, period. Now, all of a sudden, now that the proof is about to be in the pudding, now that football season is really here, now that y'all can't say this, y'all can't say that, y'all can't say what Shedeur's not, y'all can't say none of that. Now, all of a sudden, y'all want to jump on a bandwagon. Well, guess what? You can come on over. You can come on over. I'm happy you can admit when you're wrong. I'm happy because there's no point, once again, in playing Deshaun Watson. What is the point? No offense to Deshaun. I love the work that you've been putting in, coming back from 2 Achilles surgeries and a shoulder surgery. But you've only played 19 games in Cleveland, my guy. Only 19 games. What am I going to do with that? We got a young core. We got a hell of a draft that we've had this season. We had a hell of a draft last season. What more do we need to see from Deshaun Watson? We are going young. We're moving young. So why not give Shedeur Sanders a full runway to see what he has this season? But my good sir, I will let you finish.
You know what I have in Shedeur. Shedeur physically has all the measurables you want, has a good arm.
Bro, whoa. Yeah, I was not saying this when my guy was slipping to the 5th round, though. Am I confused?
Look, last year was a disaster. That wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I thought there was enough good tape you saw in Colorado that he can make all the throws. He could process.
Hold on. So if it was enough good tape in Colorado, he can make all the throws. How come he slipped to the 5th round? Let's not forget what y'all was saying when he slipped to the 5th round. Let's not forget the propaganda that y'all was throwing out there. That was only not even 2 years ago, my friend. But I'm glad y'all coming around.
Well, I don't think he's a great athlete, but I think he's a good enough athlete. We got to see what we have in him, because if we can win whatever it is, 8 to 12 games with him, that could change our plan going forward. There's no way Deshaun Watson is part of this organization in 2027. We got to cut our losses, admit our mistake, and move on.
We are a pro Shedeur show. I think we have been. Even whenever, the stats didn't necessarily look like it. As soon as he got on the field for the Browns, they had a spark. They were winning games. I don't want the Browns to do classic Brown stuff, which is like Baker Mayfield won for us, but we didn't like it. We didn't like how it was. It's like Shedeur was winning for you guys. Now, do you have to go back in the past because of the mistake that you made, given the largest guaranteed contract in the history of sports, and give him an opportunity? I would assume yes, but hey, Mike T, who has been a general manager before and has been in these buildings, says, nope, get him to cut your losses. Get him out of there now. How much you owe him? $90 million? Sick.
Yeah.
Sweet. Go do it on the street somewhere. Don't do it here. I like Shedeur's chances. We saw Shedeur. He looked fit.
Yeah, he looked in good shape.
Shedeur looked like he was in great shape. Obviously, he's saying he's from Cleveland. I think he wants the job. I'm pumped to see if the Cleveland Browns can find somebody.
Yes, he's saying he wants a job. He's saying he's from Cleveland because at the end of the day, he's been embracing Cleveland since he got there. He's the one who chose Cleveland, remember? Because he could have went to Baltimore. He could have been a backup for this person there. No, he chose to go to Cleveland. He did because he wanted to. He wanted to prove all y'all wrong. Let this 5th round draft pick come out here and really ball like he's supposed to ball. I promise you. I promise you. The receipt's going to get pulled up, baby. Don't trip. Hey, chat. I got all the receipts. But we're going to let y'all come on over to the bandwagon.
Sanders. And
guess what? They're not the only ones saying it.
He's got a rookie wide receiver, Casey Concepcion. Lightning fast. Concepcion is a good return man in college as well. So there's another nice weapon. You think Shedeur Sanders should be the quarterback this season, Hawk, in Cleveland, or do you think they should be looking at Deshaun Watson?
I think it should be Shedeur Sanders. I think you got to see what you have in him. I think his ceiling is very, very high. He has to continue to raise the floor. But you see an excitement from him when he's out there. Now that you look at the weapons, to your point about Casey Concepcion, you talk about Denzel Boston, Jerry Jeudy's still there. Tight end, running back. They have this very young core on offense, young core on defense. You're either going to see what you have in Shedeur Sanders or make sure you're getting the experience for everybody else in an environment where they'll get better for whoever comes next in Cleveland.
Jordan, I have not had a chance, I don't think, to ask you your thoughts on Shedeur. You analyze these quarterbacks coming into the draft. Obviously, it was so enormously controversial when he fell as long as he did and all of that. What is your sense of what he has the potential to be?
I think he can be a franchise quarterback in this league.
Holy shit. Hold on, Shaker, you were just saying how he fell and this and that. Y'all, where was this at 2 years ago when he was falling in the draft? And y'all was saying, well, it was because he did bad in the interviews. It was because he had his headphones and it was because this. It was because. Do I have to? Hey, chat, let me know should I pull up some receipts during this? I'm going to let them finish, but should I start pulling up some receipts later on in this episode? I might do it, but I'll let them talk.
League, absolutely. He's always been exceptional between the ears. His ability to understand defenses, to know where the football.
Whoa. I had Jason Lloyd out in Cleveland, and a press reporter said that he couldn't read defenses. Just last year. I had Jason Lloyd saying that he didn't know when he was hot or when somebody was not supposed to be hot, but now y'all saying he got it between the ears? Why he dropped to the 5th round then? Oh, okay.
Ball should go to operate a pro-style system.
I think what's happened? Oh, yeah, I actually saw that he can actually play.
At Colorado, though, because he didn't really have much in front of him, like he developed some bad habits with his footwork. His urgency at times needs to be better. I think you're starting to see, you saw some of that last year. I think you'll see that clean up. Yep. But best case scenario for Cleveland is that he's either really good or really bad because they got to figure out what the futures could be with those 1st-round draft picks next year. So really good, great, build around him. Really bad? Okay, move on. If he's somewhere in the middle, it's going to be a weird offseason trying to figure out what to do in that room.
And it feels like that's what's going on in training camp this summer. Yeah. You're seeing all the charts, every throw documented from all the beat writers on the quarterback competition. They're charting Deshaun Watson, charting Shedeur Sanders. Nobody's emerged so far. Plenty of time left this summer. We'll see if one of these quarterbacks can stand out and seize that job.
And then the most important video I saw yesterday came from New York Giants camp, which is actually
Nah, we don't care about New York Giants camp. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Hey, I'm not a Jackson Dart guy. If you're here for the New York Giants Jackson Dart report, you're in the wrong place, my friends. But the QB tracker has come out from today. Did y'all see the QB tracker from yesterday? Just asking for a friend. Because the QB tracker, he came out today, baby. All right, yesterday. I'll show you the one from yesterday, but today we're going to take a look at this one. So, Browns training camp, day 2 is a wrap. Here is how all the QBs performed in team drills, 7-on-7 and 11-on-11. Today, Shedeur Sanders took the reps with the first team today in the QB tracker. Let's reveal it. Shedeur Sanders went 14 from 24, practicing with the ones. No TDs, no interceptions, though. That is key. The ball security for this season for Shedeur Sanders will be key and important and will be the key to get him on the field. But if we're taking a look at everybody else, so Shedeur Sanders today, him and Taylor Green, they went with the ones yesterday. Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel, they went with the twos. Yesterday, Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel, they went with the ones. Yesterday, Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders and Taylor Green went with the twos yesterday, and Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel went with the ones yesterday. Today, Shedeur Sanders and Taylor Green went with the ones today, and then Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel went with the twos. Dylan Gabriel said, hey, y'all better stop sleeping, stay woke. Dylan Gabriel said we went 10 for 11 today. We locked in. Deshaun Watson, 16 for 22. Not terrible. Shedeur Sanders, 14 for 24. But he also was playing with the ones. Yesterday against the ones, Deshaun Watson ain't had that great of a day. If we're being honest, yesterday with the ones, Deshaun Watson did not have the day that we were looking for. But at the end of the day, he is still the favorite from everybody else. That's at least what everybody else is saying. Everybody else is saying Deshaun Watson is still the favorite. Correct? Correct. But with this being said, hey, what y'all think about this QB tracker? Should we put a lot into it? I'm just asking for a friend. Because if we shouldn't, we won't. But yesterday's QB tracker, all right, let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we can compare it with today. Yesterday, when Shedeur Sanders was going with the twos, he went 16 for 19. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Yesterday, Deshaun Watson, when he was going with the ones, he went 12 for 22 and had 2 interceptions. Actually, 2 interceptions that were back-to-back. So yesterday, if we're looking at it, right? If we're looking at it, yesterday, Shedeur Sanders had a day, 16 for 19. Yesterday, Deshaun Watson, 12 for 22. Yesterday, Dylan Gabriel, 7 for 9. Solid day, but he threw an interception. Taylor Green, we ain't talking about Taylor Green. But today, Deshaun Watson with the twos had a little bit of a better day as far as completion percentage. Dylan Gabriel had a great day, but he was with the twos, but he went 10 for 11. That is key. Dylan Gabriel said, don't sleep on me, baby. Dylan Gabriel, he said, hey, don't sleep, stay woke. Hey, Dylan, I like that in you, my guy, because he's saying, hey, don't count me out. And I like that. I appreciate that, Dylan. We here for you, big dog. I'm here for you. All right? But with that being said, Shedeur Sanders, day 2, not bad. Not terrible. I am here for it. So day 2 of the quarterback tracker, all right? Shedeur Sanders had a day. Now, can we get into some clips? Is that okay with y'all? So the first clip, we want to go back to it. Remember, who was in the building today? So who was in the building? Let's go back to it. Who was in the building today? That boy Dion. All right. Watching the son warm up, getting ready to put up them numbers that we just saw. Look at him over there. He ain't on the sideline like everybody was saying, right? He ain't doing this, he ain't doing that. No. He on the sideline as a spectator just watching the son play ball. That's it, dog. That's it. Everybody was saying he shouldn't be coming to Maria to talk to. What you mean? He's a college coach. And not only is he a college coach, he's this former college coach in Shedeur Sanders. That was his coach in college. So why wouldn't he want to talk to Todd Monken? Why can't he talk to Todd Monken? Why can't he pull up on a practice and watch a practice or two if he wanted to? I'm just saying. That's allowed, ain't it? And he's in the stands. He's not on the sideline. He's not in the mucks. right? Just want to throw that out there. But now let's get to some clips from today. All right, Shedeur Sanders was out there balling, per usual. All right, first clip that I'm going to show you, past the Harold Fannin. All right, yeah, Shedeur, like I told y'all, we ain't playing with people today. We ain't playing with people today. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, let's watch it from the beginning. Second down, as you can see where the sticks are. All right, watching the play develop, getting his head around. Harold Fannin right here in the middle. That's who he's throwing it to. Boom, good catch. Ooh, tight window too. That was a hell of a play. Who was that? Grant Delpit coming in, trying to swat it down. Ooh, that was close. That's not Grant Delpit. Who's 33? Somebody let me know. Who's 33? I haven't. Is that the rookie? I don't know his number though. But anyway. SO to Shedeur. All right, first clip. I love it. I love what I'm seeing. Him and that boy Denzel Boston connecting again today. Balling. Shedeur out here balling. Denzel Boston. Another one. 9. I'll show you another angle of this play. But if we're talking about it though, y'all, like if we really having a conversation, what is the point of playing Deshaun? What is the point of playing Deshaun? There's no point. There's no point. We all love and appreciate Deshaun and him battling back from injuries. We really do. But at the end of the day, dog, Shedeur season. But, I still got to show some Deshaun. Come on, I can't be biased. All right, hold on. I'm not trying to get copyrighted, so we're going to have to mute this. But let's rewatch this one. Like I said, I'm going to show some Deshaun clips too, y'all. I'm not going to be biased like that. But it's Shedeur Sanders. It's that time. All right, rolling out to his right, Deshaun Watson. Fannin. Who is that? Denzel Boston? No, that's KC Concepcion. Good grab. Nice throw. Good play. Nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. The connection is alive and well with Isaiah Bond, though, and Shedeur Sanders. Next clip coming at you. Come on, baby. You know we got to be good with that. Oh, they trying to get me copyrighted so bad. It ain't going to happen, though. Fitting it through a tight window. I'm going to actually try to get y'all some wider angle clips so that way we can see. Like, I don't want the up and close and personal clips because you really can't see what's happening and the routes developing. But this is a tight window throw. Great throw. All right, right in the middle of the field. You see Denzel Ward. This is the first offense playing the first defense right now. Yes, they're not in pads. We understand that. But, hey, it's still the first defense. That defense was a hell of a defense last year. I don't care what nobody say. But, yes, we see you, Isaiah. Isaiah Bond. Do y'all think he's going to have the breakout season that people are potentially expecting from him? I think so, man. I think it's like 50-50. I think Isaiah Bond can have a good season this year. I think potentially he will have a good season this year. But it's going to come down to a lot of different things, right? Who's going to be the quarterback? Is the offensive line going to hold up and actually be pretty good this year and do well? Guess who was talking? Hold on, let me show y'all before we get to more clips. Y'all know, hey, that man Dion was showing some love to who? Come on, man. Talking to grown after practice. Telling him what he saw, what he could do better. Showing him love, right? I love it, though. I'm here for it. Coach Prime. Hey, look, Shedeur, like, hold on, Pops. I'm tired, though. Hold on. I hear what you're saying, though, Pops. You can tell Shedeur, he putting on his list there. See, I love that dynamic, though, bro. How can you hate on a father and son duo? How can you hate on a father and Deion Sanders who's done a great job of raising his son? How can you hate on him at all for just wanting to see his son do great? How can you hate on him? How can you hate on this? How? I got the receipts from what y'all was saying a long time. Like, it hasn't even been 2 years. Y'all was saying Prime shouldn't even pull up to Berea. He shouldn't even pull up to training camp to just watch his son? Really? Yeah, I said that. Why can't he come watch his son? He's going to interfere with Todd Monken and coaching? I just showed y'all. What was Deion Sanders? Where was he at? Sitting his ass on the sideline. Wasn't in no huddle. Wasn't talking to no coaches. Sitting on the sideline watching his son play ball, bruh. What the naysayers going to say now? Y'all was saying this. Y'all was saying that. Putting smut on Deion Sanders' name and putting smut on Shedeur Sanders' name. But what are y'all going to say now? What do the haters have to say now? Because I promise you, this dynamic right here, the tutelage from a Hall of Famer, put some respect on Deion Sanders' name. And y'all thought he wasn't going to put his son in the best position possible? Y'all thought Shedeur Sanders getting trained by Tom Brady wasn't going to pay dividends? Y'all thought him dropping to the 5th round was really going to stop him? Come on, cut it out. Cut it out, baby. Can we please cut it out? The nonsense, the hoopla. I'm not trying to hear it anymore. If you want to come on a bandwagon now, we'll accept you. Come on over. We'll happily accept you. But y'all going to stop throwing smut on my man's name. Because it was everybody said, oh, why is he going to Berea? Why is he going to the training camp? Why is he trying to? And he went there and he sat in the goddamn bleachers to watch his son play. And after the practice, when everybody's gone, he then stepped back on the field to talk to his son. What the haters going to say now? That's why everybody switch. Why y'all think everybody's switching their tune now? Shedeur Sanders then weathered the storm, baby. Y'all tried to count him out. Y'all tried to throw smut on his name. Y'all tried to talk down on him, talk bad on him. When you got dropped to the 5th round, y'all was saying, oh, maybe he just had bad pre-draft interviews, right? But what y'all gonna say now? What's the talk gonna be now? Shedeur Sanders out here balling. Once again, let's bring up the QB tracker for the day for all our new viewers. Today, the quarterback tracker for ESPN Cleveland, the beat writers who were there, they said the Browns training camp day 2 is a wrap. Here's how the quarterbacks perform in team drills, in 7-on-7 and 11-on-11. Shedeur Sanders took all the first-team reps today. With him taking all the first-team reps, once again, he went 14 for 24. 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Not a bad day in the office. Making progress. As a young quarterback, taking that leap from year 1 to year 2, that is where you're going to see the most growth. It's documented. It's stated. It's a fact. Watch how much growth Shedeur Sanders has this year, and watch how many haters who was saying all that stuff that they were saying last year when he was, oh, he's a 4th-string quarterback. Why are we still talking about a 4th-string quarterback? Because he shouldn't have been a 4th-string quarterback. Why are we still talking about a 5th-round quarterback? Because he shouldn't have been a 5th-round quarterback. Come on, man. See, when you play with God's kids, it's a rude awakening. Deshaun Watson today, going with the 2s, he went 16 for 22. Dylan Gabriel today, going with the 2s, he went 10 for 11. Taylor Green today, going with the 1s behind Shedeur Sanders, he went 6 for 6. Not a bad day for the young pup. Not a bad day at all for the young pup at all, right? But I just need all y'all to understand that, dog, the smut, the slander, everybody saying this, everybody saying that, those days are over with. So you better come on here. Hey, you better come on to the bandwagon now. All right, we got space for you. We got room. All right, come on over to the bandwagon now. I just showed y'all multiple clips of people changing their tune. Now who's out the practice getting work? Pop sitting there watching them. Shedeur Sanders still out there putting in work. This is why. They didn't talk about him throwing the trash cans last year. Not getting any reps during training camp and practice. being treated like he's just another guy. Well, if he's just another guy, how does he sell the most jerseys in NFL history? If he's just another guy, man, I can go on all day, man. Chat, let me somebody. Hey, chat, what's going on, man? What's going on with him? Are we still? Hey, chat, are we still accepting people on the bandwagon? All right, if you leave in comments, we're gonna talk about some of the comments later. All right, I'm gonna get into the comments later. Yes, the QB tracker is not the QB tracker that they got going on right now with Shedeur Sanders. We know it's not accurate. All right, we know the QB tracker is not accurate. All right, I will get to the comments at the end of this video. All right, I can't really read the comments now because I'm kind of cooking right now, so let me cook. All right, but dog, they didn't talk about Shedeur Sanders after every training camp last year. Shedeur Sanders was doing the exact same thing, practicing after practice, but instead of throwing the people, he was throwing the trash cans because that's how little they thought of him. He was doing this exact same thing last year after every practice, training, getting work in. Pop's over there watching him. Come on, bruh. Y'all said it's Pops if you went to Berea, if he went to go try to talk to Todd Monken as his former head coach. Y'all ain't say nothing when Dabo Sweeney came to see Deshaun Watson a month ago. It was a month ago. Y'all ain't say nothing when Dabo Sweeney came down to watch Deshaun Watson. Y'all ain't say nothing then. But, if this Deion Sanders, if he comes and watches, that's going to be a problem. Well, he came and he watched in the stands. And then afterwards, he talked to his son on the field. And then after he had that conversation, here, we'll roll this clip a little bit. I'll play it again. Showing love, my guy. They were saying, nah, this Deion Sanders coming to Berea. We can't have that. Why is he even coming here? Well, he's coming just so that way he can just watch his son, bro, and be around his son. You can't separate the father and coach. We understand that. But at the end of the day, this isn't just any coach. This is a Hall of Famer we're talking about. One of the greatest NFL players of all time. Put some respect on his name. Can we drop a bomb for Deion Sanders real quick? Put some respect on his name. Come on, baby. Stop playing with Deion, man. Stop playing with him. Stop it. We're not going for any more slander. Any Shedeur Sanders slander, Deion Sanders slander. I promise you, we're not here for it. We're not listening to it, and we're not caring anything about it. Come on, man. All y'all with these new, hey, come on, baby. Everybody happy to see Deion Sanders out there. Everybody was happy to see Deion Sanders out there today. You ain't gonna be happy we ain't happy for this? We ain't gonna be happy for this? So y'all mean to tell me we can't be happy for this? Yeah, what they gonna say now? What they gonna say now? Come on, man. Shedeur Sanders on a day taking all the first-team reps. His pops was in attendance. And then if we want to hear Todd Monken talk about Deion Sanders and how he felt about Deion Sanders, well, guess what? Todd Monken talked to Deion Sanders for a little bit, I think, potentially before practice, but he also said this after practice. Hold on. Let me get to the comment. Let me get to it. Let me pull it up. But y'all can finish watching this as we talk. But come on, man. Everybody said, no, Deion, no, Deion, don't come to camp. Don't come to camp, Deion. Don't come to camp, Deion. Deion's going to be a distraction. What? Deion going to be a what? Hey, Chad, Deion going to be what kind of distraction? He ain't up on the field until after You can't make this up. Y'all gonna learn to stop throwing smut on my man's name. You can't make this up, baby. This is not for fun. This is not for play. Come on, man. Just all I ask is that we judge Shedeur Sanders fairly. That we give him a runway to just go be great. Period, point blank. That's it. That's all. Oh, my bad, y'all. One of the best throws of the day. One of the best throws of the day. Hold on. Why are they trying to get me copyrighted so bad, chat? Come on, baby. All right, one of the best throws of the day, though. Let's watch it. This is first team reps. As you can see, hold on. That's Denzel Ward right there. So this is today. Him taking first team reps. Look at this dime. Just dime. Send back. Letting it go. Boom. Yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, we'll take it. Finish the rep, though, Isaiah. Finish the rep, though, Isaiah. Yeah, we'll take it. Let's watch it one more time for the people in the back. Making sure everything's set. Everybody's good. Right? Boom. Laser. Right on the money. Yeah, would have been a small game, but still. I appreciate you finishing the rep, Isaiah. One of the better throws of the day. But yeah, dog. I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more about what people was talking about. I don't want to hear no more of this, no more of that. Because when Shedeur proves people wrong this season, and also, if you're new to the chat, make sure you hit that follow and make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe wherever you're viewing this at, whether you're on Twitch, Kick, Rumble, whatever. Make sure you show me some love. All right, but going back to the video, Shedeur Sanders. Next video. Let's watch it. Dime. SO to Shedeur Sanders, baby. SO to him. Come on now. Oh, hold on. Let me move my face. All right, we're going to watch this again. My bad, y'all. My bad. I cut out a little bit of the screen. All right, my bad. That's on me. My bad, players. And in a little bit, I'm about to show y'all what Todd Monken had to say about Deion Sanders coming to camp. All right? There's another clip for you, though. There's another clip. Let's watch it one more time. Why not? For the people in the back. Let them cook this shit, dog. That's it. Let them cook. Period. Regardless of whatever you want to say about Shedeur Sanders, whatever you want to say about Deion Sanders, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Daniel Fusay. All right. He's a beat reporter. These were his notes. All right, from today. Day 2 of Brown training camp is over. Some observations. Slow start for the number 1 offense. Shedeur Sanders got into a rhythm late. Deshaun bounced back after 2 interception day. So if you didn't know, yesterday, Deshaun Watson, yes, he threw 2 interceptions. And they just happened to be back-to-back. But that's okay. Interceptions happen. Things happen. Who cares? Like, come on now. We don't care. All right? But there you go. All right? You see the notes. You see what they're saying about him. Right? You see what they're saying. All right? O-line working through. Obviously, some growing pains. Dylan Gabriel behind Sanders plus Watson, but has been stacking quality practice reps and dating back to the end of OTAs plus minicamp. Okay, Dylan Gabriel. Hey, they said Dylan Gabriel saying, hey, don't forget about me. Well, we didn't forget about you, big dog. We didn't forget about you, Dylan. I'm sorry. It'd be like that. But Dylan Gabriel, you still got a chance, though. But let's hear Todd Monken in the press conference from earlier. Let's hear what he had to say about today's practice. Or this was before actual practice. Cleveland did something different today. They had the press conferences before they went out and actually took the practice field. So a little different, but still, let's watch.
Oh, yeah. That was really cool. That was Deion Sanders, didn't he? Yeah. That was really
So basically,
cool.
asking about Deion.
That was Deion Sanders. You kidding me? Forget that it's Shedeur's dad. I mean, first of all, he did an unbelievable job with Shedeur. Great kid.
I'm sorry, y'all. This is literally. I know you hear the background noise. This is literally Cleveland's horrible goddamn. This is their horrible audio because it's nothing I can do about it. So I'm sorry. I wish it was clear. I tried to find a clearer audio for you, and I will continue to try to look for a clear audio. But yes, this is the audio from Cleveland earlier. So forgive me. I'm gonna wind it back a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. That was Deion Sanders. You kidding me? Forget that it's Shedeur's dad. I mean, first of all, he did an unbelievable job with Shedeur. Great kid. And obviously, an elite football player, held baseball player, and then as a coach, everything that he's achieved, that was awesome.
So basically, they asked him a question. The question was, how do you feel about Deion Sanders being at practice today? He said it was cool. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest players to ever play in the NFL. So hell yeah, it was cool. Come on, man. Don't look too much into it. Because I guarantee you tomorrow when we wake up, Deion Sanders, he went to the practice. Deion Sanders, why was he there? Deion Sanders this, Deion Sanders that, right? That's what we're going to hear tomorrow. But y'all ain't say shit about Dabo Swinney and his crew coming. That Dabo showing up for who? His former player. Dabo Swinney, he coached them where? In college. That's Dabo Swinney right there. They ain't say nothing about that, right? Y'all ain't had nothing to say about Dabo Swinney coming to support Deshaun. Okay? So don't say nothing about Deion Sanders coming to support Shedeur Sanders, but also doing it and spectating just like everybody else from the stands. So once again, I'm just throwing that out there because we might see some reports tomorrow. Why was Deion there? Why did he even come? Well, he is the former coach that coached him in college, and he just happens to be his dad. Oh, biggie, right? But y'all ain't say nothing about this, right? Y'all ain't say nothing about this, so don't say nothing about that. Fair is fair, right, chat? Right? I'm just saying. I'm asking for a friend. I am just saying. So, SO to Shedeur Sanders for balling today. All right. SO to him. Let's continue the press conference. My bad, y'all. My bad. I'm playing the audio and I'm not even showing it.
Is there anything more? I interrupted
y'all.
Before you finished it. No, I just said it was awesome, but I mean,
anything more you want to say about the meet?
No, it was fine. I mean, we just started telling stories, and then we really didn't get almost any football. We got into NIL and Jackson State and Colorado, and how we almost drafted him in Baltimore, and that crazy scenario, and what a great job Shedeur's done. This since I've been here in terms of his development. And so it was good. It was part coach, part father, which is what it should be.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to try to find some better clips because this is kind of pissing me off, the fact that Cleveland had this horrible goddamn audio today.
What is the hat? Mississippi.
All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to try to find us some better audio because I can't deal with that. But as you can see, you heard what he said about Deshaun Watson. It was cool. They talked about NIL. They talked about, some other stories, and they just caught up. So Todd Monken, basically said that him and Shedeur Sanders, him and Deion Sanders, right? Him and Deion Sanders, they didn't, really talk about too much. But speaking on the quarterback competitions, here's 2 videos that I'm going to play for you. And this was from yesterday. So if you need a little update from yesterday, here you go.
The easiest way for me to say that, and it still won't stop you from asking, not you particularly, but everybody in general, is the first game. And we're going to have a start of the first game, right? I mean, ultimately, I'm not going to decide who the starter is. They decide by their play. Their play decides who the starter is. I don't have any preconceived notions of how they played in the past or how they're going to play. I only can, with my eyes, judge. And guys got to play well around them. I think we've shored up some things up front. We've added some weapons on the perimeter, so I think that's going to help. But they'll decide who plays. I don't decide who plays. The players decide who plays.
And I wholeheartedly agree with that statement. Because that's the one thing that people don't understand about football. Football, the real competition starts is when the ball snaps and the season's underway. All the training camp, this and that, the OTAs, that doesn't matter. What matters is what you do on that grass. What matters is what you do with the opportunities placed in front of you. Deshaun Watson has an opportunity. Shedeur Sanders has an opportunity. Now it's going to come down to, what do y'all do with your opportunity? What are you going to do with your opportunity that's been graciously placed in front of you? That's what it's going to come down to. But I thought this was funny. Andrew Berry is hilarious. But Mary Kay Cabot, she on the loose today.
Anything out in terms of the whole quarterback of the future discussion. Like, ultimately, we're going to play the player who is the most productive, on the field. I know Scott's over here saying that 27 is old, but, I think Deshaun's older. Deshaun's only 30. So there's no need to make any decisions about the future right now, and we'll let it play out and figure out as we go. Anything.
You know who asked that question, right? So Mary Kay Cabot basically said, hey, how come you just don't go with the younger guy? Just go with the younger guy. That's what Mary Kay said. But as far as also, too, let me show you this. Because Todd Monken talked about, and this is one of the things that I wanted to get to in that press conference, but y'all heard the horrible audio, so let's go ahead and get to this. So he was talking about the back-to-back interceptions that Deshaun Watson threw during practice yesterday. Obviously, it's no fun. So, Todd, what else you got to say about it? Oh, my bad.
For him or us, on offense. First of all, the naked, that was a great play by Denzel Ward. I was standing right behind it, and I thought it was an elite throw. Deshaun moving to his left. He out-leveraged the backer to get it there. Now, we drifted a little on the over route, but Denzel with his speed. I talked about yesterday. Who asked me about Denzel yesterday? Can't be late with throws because of his tracking speed. Now, I was more down the field, but that showed up on that play, okay? That was the first one. The second one, we ran a play action. Really, some leakage up front, which can happen without pads on. So Deshaun had to slide, and we were just late on the in cut in the overlap corner. So really, neither one, in my mind, was really a bonehead decision. It really wasn't. It was unfortunate. Still a turnover. It's the way it is. But I saw the one as a great play by Denzel, who is a great player. And then I saw the other, which was unfortunate. We slid, and a really good learning opportunity in my mind. Because, again, you're going to learn a hell of a lot more when you fail. Right? And right now, that's the time. The time is now to be checking plays on the perimeter, to be quarterback control and take opportunities down the field, and then bring that back as we move forward.
Todd, we were talking to
So basically that was his explanation and how he felt about Deshaun Watson throwing 2 interceptions yesterday, which I don't blame him. Now, let's see what Todd Monken has to say about Shedeur Sanders being eventually named quarterback 1.
Almost any football. We got into NIL and Jackson State and Colorado, and how we almost drafted him in Baltimore.
This is just a clear audio. We didn't really know what I was saying.
What a great job Shedeur's done. This since I've been here in terms of his development, and so it was good. It was part coach, part father, which is what it should be. Almost any football. We got into NIL and Jackson State and Colorado, and
so there you have it.
How we almost drafted him in Baltimore,
and how they almost drafted him in Baltimore. Because that's what people see. Everybody might say they don't have favorites, right? Everybody might say that Deshaun Watson is leading, right? Everybody might say that if Todd Monken really wants to win this year, he might as well just play Deshaun Watson, right? Right. But like he just said, you got to remember, Todd Monken, when he was at Georgia, he recruited Shedeur Sanders. Todd Monken, when he was in Baltimore, he tried to draft Shedeur Sanders. So with those two Real important things. You don't think that he's going to give his young quarterback, potentially who he tried to get on his own team or his previous team, a fair opportunity to start? You don't think that if the competition is close, you have Deshaun Watson, you have your young quarterback who you're going to definitely have on a roster the next 2 to 3 years. If it's close, who do you give the tie to always? The younger guy and the guy who's going to be on contract with y'all for a few seasons. You have a young core who you drafted last year in Mason Graham, Carson Schlesinger, Harold Fannin, Quishon Junkins, right? You have that young core, right? And then this year you followed it up with drafting Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, Fano on the offensive line, and that boy Barber from Florida, and that safety from God damn it, I'm drawing a blank. The safety that they drafted as well. This is a young core, young pieces that they're molding together. So it's Todd Monken in his first year. Yes, he wants to win his first year. That is guaranteed. But just because he wants to win doesn't mean he's just going to throw Deshaun Watson out there. Just because he's owed $40 million. Well, I mean, they was going to have to pay him the $40 million regardless. If it is close, they will give it to the younger player. If it is close, they will let Shedeur Sanders go out there with a free one ray. Next year, the Cleveland Browns have not 1 but 2 first-round picks. Next year, the Cleveland Browns have not 5, not 6, not 7, but they have a total of over 10 draft picks in next year's draft. They're boot-suited and loaded to draft a quarterback next year in the first round if they wanted to. But you know who can change all that? You know if he hits and who can be potentially a lottery ticket for the Cleveland Browns if he goes out and balls next season? That is who? Shedeur Sanders. He is a lottery ticket. A lottery ticket. I'm not lying to you. Because if he hits, if he plays, if he balls, dog. That's like winning the lottery. A 5th-round pick. So in next year's draft, instead of using all your resources to draft the quarterback, you're using your resources to build around your young team and build around your young quarterback in Shedeur Sanders. So that is why Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion, he should start. That is why Shedeur Sanders, in my opinion, Todd Monken deep down, he wants him to start. He might not say it. It might not come out, right? But if we're being honest, Shedeur Sanders, if he proves to be good, dog, if he proves to be good, if he proves the ball, if he proves that he can be the guy this season, this year, bruh. It's going to be a lot to be desired. And it's going to be a lot of people changing and switching up their tunes just like they doing now. SO to Shedeur Sanders. SO to Deion Sanders for doing a hell of a job. And SO to all of y'all. Because we know what we should want to happen. We know what should happen. Come on now. Come on now. Prime was in the house. Well, we don't got to talk about all the other stuff. Prime was in the building, baby. Prime was in the building. The Cleveland Browns' future is looking so bright. We all should be rooting for Shedeur Sanders to be good. We all should be rooting for Shedeur Sanders to ball out this season. We all should be rooting for that. Because if he does, man, Cleveland going to be good for a while. Cleveland going to be good for a while. Mark my words. So all this, what they saying, what everybody and their mama got to say, all that don't matter. Shedeur Sanders, continue to ball and to continue to prove the haters, the doubters, and everybody and their mama wrong. Period. And Mary Kay Cabot, keep on asking those crazy, dumb questions. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. But if I'm being honest, if we're really having a conversation, dog, everybody in Cleveland should want Shedeur Sanders to be the guy. Just saying. Now, one more word from Andrew Berry, the GM, and we're going to go ahead and get our butts up out of here. Andrew Berry, come on down to the front of the congregation. What do you got to say to my people and about your team? You're young.
2026 training camp. We can't wait to get ramped up and going. Part of the reason we're really excited is because we expect this to be a very competitive camp from top to bottom on the roster. Obviously, over the last 2 off seasons, we made some difficult decisions in order to set up the franchise for sustained success. But we're really excited about the young core that we have in place on both sides of the ball, and are looking forward to see them grow and develop over the next several weeks. I also want to just mention Todd and his staff, they did a fantastic job running a great offseason program, and we're all looking forward to seeing their vision come to life on the grass here as we begin training camp. 2026 training camp. We can't wait to get ramped up and going.
I want to replay this part.
Part of the reason we're really excited is because we expect this to be a very competitive camp from top to bottom on the roster. Obviously, over the last 2 off seasons, we made some difficult decisions in order to set up the franchise for sustained success. But we're really excited about the young core that we have in place.
The young core that we have. We're really excited about the young core that we have. Building for the future. Building something that's going to last a while. And if Shedeur Sanders hits, that means this boy is about to be leading the way in Cleveland for not just this year, not just next year, but for years to come. This is the ultimate lottery ticket that Andrew Berry, he was bold enough to go out on a limb and take Shedeur Sanders when nobody else wanted to take him. Nobody else wanted to take him. But now all of a sudden, everybody and their mama saying, oh, Shedeur should start, right? I just showed y'all the clip. Do we need to see it again? Do we need to see it again? Because everybody just a little bit ago, they was changing their tone. Now everybody jumping on the bandwagon. Let me show this a clip again one more time.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. You got to go with Shedeur Sanders. And part of the privilege of being
$230 million, Tannenbaum. You're telling me if that guy can stand on a football field, they're not going to put him out there?
So he's talking about Deshaun Watson. And they're laughing because that's what everybody thinks. Everybody thinks just because they owe Deshaun Watson, yes, you owe Deshaun Watson money. But just because you owe him money don't mean that you ain't finna try to set up your team for future success to come. And toss your young quarterback out there with that young core that we just heard Andrew Berry say, right? The young core. Okay, chat, is this starting to make sense a little bit? Just a tiny bit? Because, yes, they got to pay Deshaun, but you got to pay him 40 M's anyway. You got your veteran on roster. So if anything happens, Shedeur doesn't do well, or Shedeur gets injured, God forbid, let me knock on wood, Deshaun can come in. But you want to see what Shedeur Sanders can do with a whole new revamped offensive line and a whole runway. You got one season, Shedeur. Show us what you got. Show us why we are not drafting a quarterback next year in the first round, or in the second round, or in the third, or period.
Pat, one of your responsibilities is you have to admit when you're wrong. And look, as a GM, I had plenty of practice of doing that. You got to cut your losses. Like, this guy could walk on water and lead him to a Super Bowl. They're not going to extend him. And if I'm Todd Monken, I got to know what I have in Shedeur. Shedeur physically has all the measurables you want, has a good arm. Look, last year was a disaster. That wasn't his fault.
Yeah. I'm happy somebody said that. Last year was a disaster. And whose fault was it? It was a head coach's fault that got fired. That's no longer a part of the team. That's whose fault it was. Right? That's whose fault it was. It was a guy that's no longer in the building. The guy who they fired and sent down south to goddamn Atlanta. Kevin Stefanski. Because if we remember, Kevin Stefanski told us what last year? Oh, it's a quarterback competition. Is it a quarterback competition for real, Kevin Stefanski? Was it? Is this really a quarterback competition? Asking for a friend. So I'm happy he stated that fact because, yes, y'all had Shedeur Sanders throwing the trash cans, saying that it's a quarterback competition. We knew it wasn't. We knew it wasn't a quarterback competition last year. And I'm happy. Let's rewind it back. Whose fault it was?
I got to know what I have in Shedeur. Shedeur physically has all the measurables you want, has a good arm. Look, last year was a disaster. That wasn't his fault.
Last year was a disaster. It wasn't his fault. Now Shedeur Sanders has a good arm. He's this, he's that. Dog. We appreciate y'all coming around. And I'm happy y'all came around now before it's too late. I'm glad. And make sure, side note, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Show me your boys some love. Come on now. We talking about a lot, and we always talking about sports. The sports talk with Relly is always coming. But if we're getting back to the subject at hand, it wasn't Shedeur Sanders' fault last year. I'm going to let him.
I'm intrigued. I thought there was enough good tape you saw in Colorado that he can make all the throws. He could process well. I don't think he's a great athlete, but I think he's a good enough athlete. We got to see what we have in him, because if we can win whatever it is, 8 to 12 games with him, that could change our plan going forward. There's no way Deshaun Watson is part of this organization in 2027. We got to cut our losses, admit our mistake, and move on.
We are a pro Shedeur show. I think we have been. Even whenever, the stats didn't necessarily look like it. As soon as he got on the field for the Browns, they had a spark. They were winning games. I don't want the Browns to do classic Brown stuff, which is like Baker Mayfield won for us, but we didn't like it. We didn't like how it was. It's like Shedeur was winning for you guys. Now, do you have to go back?
He did win after having no reps. Going from no reps. He not only won for y'all, he won 2 divisional games at the end of the season. He beat the Steelers. He beat a healthy Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. They all was healthy and played in that last game last season. And Shedeur Sanders led him to a victory. Yes, he ain't played well, but a win is a win. We judge quarterbacks by what? The W's. Just saying. But you can
in the past because of the mistake that you made, given the largest guaranteed contract in the history of sports, and give him an opportunity? I would assume yes, but hey, Mike T, who has been a general manager before and has been in these buildings, says, nope, get him to cut your losses. Get him out of there now. How much you owe him? $90 million? Sick.
Yeah.
Sweet. Go do it on the street somewhere. Don't do it here. I like Shedeur's chances. We saw Shedeur. He looked.
Bro, I like Shedeur Sanders' chances too. And I'm glad we got people jumping on the bandwagon, because it's better late than never. It is better late than never. And if you're just now tuning in, if you're just now getting here, I will show you this for the last time. The quarterback tracker from today from ESPN Cleveland. Yes, it's not the most accurate. Yes, we got to take this with a grain of salt. But Shedeur Sanders with the first team, getting all the first team reps, as you can see there. He went 14 for 24. Deshaun Watson with the twos went 16 for 22. No TDs, no interceptions for anybody. No touchdowns, no interceptions for anybody. So at least they're being more careful, especially in 7-on-7 when they're getting these easy touchdowns. Those don't count. All right? We're counting only 11 on 11 touchdowns, period. And look at Dylan Gabriel. Hey, Dylan Gabriel saying, don't sleep, stay woke, baby. He's saying, don't sleep, stay woke. And I'm here for it. But SO to Shedeur Sanders, man. Point blank, period. You have an opportunity in front of you, Shedeur. I promise you. I pray that you take full advantage of it. It don't matter what they say. It don't matter what this say, this, that. Come on, man. Come on, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because yesterday you had a lot of people talking about how bad it was for people at camp yesterday. All right, so somebody that was at the first practice, I just want to show this because I just want to tell y'all, yesterday was the first practice. It doesn't matter. Today was the second practice. It doesn't matter. What matters is when the season gets here and when yours truly pulls up and I fly back home to Chicago for that first preseason game. Because if you don't know, the Chicago Bears and the Cleveland Browns, they are playing against each other that first preseason game. And yours truly will be in attendance. And I will have live footage from you, for you, just like I had live footage for you last year. Because last year, I showed y'all the footage, right? Last year, who was I cheering on last year? That boy Sanders. Oh, let me show y'all this real quick. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I got to disconnect this from me. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I will be in attendance again for the first preseason game. All right, hold on. I'm actually here. Let's do this. All right, first preseason game. I will be in attendance, and I will have the same footage for y'all, and I will have notes as well of what I see. But come on, baby. Come on, baby. That's all the Shedeur Sanders. Come on, baby. Look, I had some Chicago Bears fan hating. I had to tell him I'm a Shedeur fan. Come on, baby. Come on. Even when I'm in a building, even when I'm in my home city, my home state in Chi-Town, even when I go back to watch the games, I'm still cheering on. Hey, what? Tom Brady retired, baby. We need another. Hey, I need another QB. You know, boys used to play QB, and if you don't think I'm a valuable source, if you don't think I'm factual, remember, I did play Division I football as well at Arkansas. So if you need a valuable source, if you need someone to really give you these facts, always come on over here and I got you. Because I might know a little something. Just throwing it out there. You know, just throwing it out there. I played a little college football. I played a little ball in my day. You know, played Division I. Just if y'all don't think I'm a credible source, just throwing it out there. But I'm saying all that to say I will be in attendance when the Cleveland Browns first the Chicago Bears for the first game or first preseason game of the season. All right. And I will tell you with my own two eyes what I saw in that game. And I will have actual live footage, just like I showed y'all just now. This is actual live footage. I stepped out the box or the suite that I was in to come down and record this. Good ball, boy. You hit me. Come on, baby. Yeah. Hey, that's also the Chicago Bears, too, because, hey, we're gonna start talking about them, too, because Caleb Williams and them boys, they're going to be up to something this season. But I'm saying all this to say, y'all, I promise you, I'm going to give you the real, I'm going to give you the raw, and I'm going to tell you really what's up. So make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you show me some love. But let's continue to talk about Shedeur Sanders and what happened at camp today. And if I'm being honest, I was going to show y'all some receipts of all the chaos and all the crazy things that people said when he first was getting dropped in the draft and this and that was happening. But to be quite honest with y'all, we know who said what. We remember everything that y'all was saying. Because just a couple days ago, even with that boy Rex Ryan, right? Rex Ryan was saying it needs to be more what? More we than me. And if it needs to be more we than me, then why is Shedeur Sanders practicing after practice with who else? Taylor Green. How come they didn't put a spotlight on that? Because we remember, hey, Rex Ryan, come on down to the front of the congregation, please.
Greeny. And when you see that, you know,
I told you I got the
man,
receipts.
like, I don't know whose fault it is. Is it this kid's
Told you I got
fault
the
for some
receipts.
reason, or is it the organizations, have failed this guy? Look, number one, my biggest question is, you traded up to get this guy. So clearly you think he has the talent to play the position.
Someone does, yes.
Why hadn't he
Someone
had a
does.
chance?
Why
He
you
had
gotta say
no
someone
reps with the
does?
ones. We understand that, right? That's what the line's saying. That, to me, how the hell does that happen? All right? And then the other thing is, Shedeur, he's got to get over himself, too. Like, like he's there by himself.
He got to
on
get
the
over
bench.
himself.
At the end of the game.
I've seen it in the 7th game of a World Series when you lose a game or whatever. This is a pillow fight game. Nobody cares.
He cares.
Sit back.
He cares.
He cares. Thank you for saying that. This is a pillow fighter game, right? This is a pillow fighter game. What you talking about? If you lose in your first start and you think that this is going to be your only opportunity, yes, you're going to have that reaction. You're going to sit on the bench. You're going to be upset. You're going to be angry. We got all the receipts from all y'all saying this, saying that, and saying that. I got the receipts. So please, when you talk about Shedeur, please start talking nice about him. Because when he proves all y'all wrong this year, I just want, hey, what you got to say now? What you got to say now? What you got to say now? Because that's what we're going to be doing. So hop on a bandwagon now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah. Did he care? Or are you trying to make it a show, make it about yourself?
What? You can tell on his face. Did he care?
You got
Rex
a guy
Ryan.
over there that, by the way, is a 2-time MVP. Right there, Lamar Jackson. He was looking for you. He was looking for you right there. Why didn't share a moment with him?
Looking for you.
All right? All right, share a moment with Lamar. He's looking all over for you. Then get in there with your teammates. These are your teammates. All right? These are your teammates. And talk about, I'm not comfortable losing. You think anybody in that locker room is? They better not be. Okay? But I want to see, is it Shedeur or is it the coach? Who the hell's at fault here? Because there's a disconnect. To me, there's 100% a disconnect. Now, look, I want to see.
Rex, we know how you really feel. Because you just had a tweet. I was going to pull up the tweet, but we ain't going to give Rex Ryan no more. We ain't going to give him no more spotlight. Not on here. Not on our channel. Right? Right, chat? We ain't going to give him no more spotlight. But if he's selfish, self-centered, why is he out there after practice with a young quarterback in Taylor Green? If he's more, because Rex Ryan, what did you say about Shedeur? What did you say about Shedeur, Rex Ryan? Huh? I forget. I'm forgetful. What did you say? Huh? You said he's been focusing on himself, right? You said he's self-centered, right? You said it needs to be more we than me, right? How come he's out here with a young Taylor Green helping him out? Because last year he was throwing the trash cans by himself. Come on, bro. Come on, Rex. Come on, Rex. I thought it was more we than me. Look, he's taking time after practice. When he had nobody to do this for, when he had nobody stand after practice with him, when Shedeur Sanders had to fend for himself, dog. Now, with all that being said, what you gonna say now? What you gonna say now, Rex Ryan? How come you ain't saying nothing about this, Rex Ryan? I'm asking for a friend. Rex Ryan, can you come into the front of the congregation, please? Oh, okay. Crickets. Because you ain't gonna big him up for saying this. Right? You ain't gonna big him up for staying after practice and helping a young quarterback out. Come on now. And we remember when Rex said this, right?
Stefanski is one of an outstanding coach. All right. But why the hell isn't he putting Shedeur Sanders? We're all waiting to see the Shedeur Sanders be the guy or Gabriel, whatever.
Got the receipts, y'all.
Something's missing.
Told you.
Something's missing with this kid. This kid talks. He runs his mouth like I could be a starting quarterback with his arms crossed like this. Get your ass in the front row and study and do all that. If I know, the whole league knows. Quit being an embarrassment that way. You got the talent to be the quarterback. You should be. You should be embarrassed that you're not the quarterback now.
See if they make a change there. And
Stefanski is one of the.
Hey, Rex. We'll remember all that you were saying, my guy. We'll remember all that you were saying. You ain't talking about the kids' camp that he put on, right? But you had this to say, because he, in his off season, he wanted to do a photo shoot and promote one of his songs. You said, get a load of this kid. Great talent, needs to realize as a franchise QB, there has to be more we than me. Come on, man. Well, Rex. So I already kind of burst that bubble. And I know you're not the only one, saying all this nonsense. But it's just crazy, chat. Hey, chat, let me know if you agree with me, man. Just let me know. Because Rex Ryan, he had that to say, right? Y'all see what he had to say. But he ain't say nothing about this. This is last year.
My favorite memory is the whole Marista.
Come on, man. And that was last year. And you tweeted this just last week. And you said it needs to be more we than me. So just Rex Ryan, just understand and know. Hey, dog. Hey, dog. Yeah. Yeah, we got the receipts. Yeah, we got the receipts. More we than me, right? More we than me. So, chat, how we feel about Rex Ryan? Because I'm showing you examples after examples. I know that kids camp that I showed you was from last year, but you want me to show you the one from this year? Shedeur Sanders is a pillar in the community. Shedeur Sanders wants to be in Cleveland. He does. So, how about everybody in Cleveland start to embrace Shedeur Sanders like he embracing y'all? Did y'all even see the clip where Shedeur Sanders, somebody asked him, hey, Shedeur, where you from? This and that. And what did he say? Oh, I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. That's what he said. I'm from where? I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. He's embraced the city since he first touched down, dog. Cut it out. The nonsense, the hoopla, this and that. Come on, bro. Start showing Shedeur Sanders the respect. Start showing Deion Sanders the respect that they deserve. Just like how y'all treat the Mannings. Let's start throwing some respect on the Sanders name, please. That's all I ask. That's it. That's all. Keep it on both sides of the aisle. Just like y'all show the Mannings so much love and so much respect. Can we show Shedeur Sanders the same love and the same respect, please? That's all I ask. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Chase Daniels, early on, hey, you were singing a different tune, but you done came around too now. And we'll, hey, come jump on the bandwagon to you too. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, y'all.
John Watson's doing that. You weren't hearing a lot of Shedeur. And then as it got closer to the end of OTAs, Monken was like, because he said he wanted to make a decision. Anytime you get a quarterback competition that's like this going into training camp, this one feels different. I think Shedeur Sanders has done a really good job, from everything I've been hearing, of really growing from year one to year two, right? And I think with this offense, it's really spread out. They use 11 personnel, which is 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 receivers a lot. It's similar. There are similar things to what Shedeur did in Colorado. And quite honestly, Dan, like, I never judge rookie quarterbacks because quarterback play is so difficult. Now, there were some.
Hold on. Don't say that, because you always judging last year. You were judging early, but then you came back around.
Dumb mistakes that Shedeur made last year. He'd be the first one to tell you. But I do think if you can really just play within that scheme, they're going to scheme some stuff up and not make stupid mistakes. He has to play a lot faster. I think that's really where the biggest jump from first to second year quarterbacks is processing speed. Can he get his processing speed when he breaks the huddle up? I don't know. It's going to be a fascinating thing. But I think Shedeur sort of has the inside track of the job. I mean, look, the Browns have 2 first-round picks next year. Let's be honest. They're going after Arch Manning, or they're going after Dante Moore, or they're going after whoever it is. If you don't get really good quarterback play out of Shedeur, I don't think there's any chance, even if Deshaun plays at a Pro Bowl level, he's going to be back there. They've wasted so much money on him. Every time he's played since Houston, it's been like, oh, okay, it just didn't push the ball down the field.
Come on, get the take out. Come on. You take
like
20 years. Come on, Chase. Yeah, I bet you do. Everybody's starting to sing a different tune, y'all. Everybody's starting to sing a different tune. Everybody is. Even 92.3 The Fan. Everybody's singing a different tune. Chad, are we letting them on the bandwagon, yes or no? Asking
Quite
for a friend.
frankly,
Chad, we letting everybody
when
back on the
this
bandwagon.
Deion, will Todd Monken
buying
call
that- we
him?
buying everybody over.
Deion call Todd Monken? All that nonsense that was the offseason talk, where it was blown up into it. The things
Let
that
me know,
any
Chad.
reasonable person wanted to hear were, can you give me insight on, on Shedeur as a competitor and how to best coach him? And can you pay deference to Deion instead of being maybe a little leery of his big personality and all the things that come with Deion? That's exactly what Todd Monken did today.
Yes.
I just think it proves that all that story that you and I both shot down and so many people try to do a whole week's worth of stories on, it was all for naught.
Well, and so here's the other takeaway on this. It's the idea that not only did Deion feel comfortable and invited and welcomed to come and hang out and be a part of the practice the way that he is and have the conversation not only with Monken and Andrew Berry. From Monken and Andrew Berry's standpoint, it's much different than what we got with Stefanski last year. It just is. This is more welcoming. This is more, and again, you got to treat Deion different. I know people are going to hear this and be like, well, does Deshaun's dad get an opportunity and a chance to? No, Deshaun's dad isn't Deion freaking Sanders, okay? Like, understand the moment for a second, please, and get the idea that, like, Deion matters in this conversation, and his insight and the bonding part of it can be a real thing. And so I don't know, it was very welcoming relative to what it was last year.
No, it definitely was, because last year there's a whole bunch of nonsense behind it, because Kevin Stefanski didn't really like Shedeur and he couldn't hide it. You know you don't like somebody when you can't even say his name. So that's why it was a difference last year. And with Deion Sanders, all he wanted to do was fly under the radar. Deion Sanders at Browns practice today. He politely declined an interview. I'm not doing media, he said. I'm just here to watch. Sanders and the Browns head coach Todd Monken chatted on the field earlier in the day. And that's it, that's all. And then, of course, he chatted with his son after practice, as we saw. But is this a man that just wants attention, y'all? Is this somebody who just wants attention? Deion Sanders just came to make it about him. Deion Sanders just came to take the spotlight away from his son, to make sure his son was potentially going to start. Oh. But Deion Sanders clearly don't care about all the stuff that y'all saying. Don't care about all the extraness that's going on. He don't. He just care about showing support and showing love and showing up for his son, bro. That's it. That's it. It's all the narratives everything that everybody want to say, man, you can say that. Save it. Save it. Because this report right here says a lot. Says a lot. Come on, man. Come on, man. The only thing I want to see this season is this right up. See, production. Y'all trying to get me copyrighted, baby. Come on, we got to make sure that's on, baby. Come on. This is the only thing we want to see this year. Shedeur Sanders dropping back, hitting Denzel Boston for a nice big game, moving the sticks. That's all. Let's watch it one more time. I know I showed this clip earlier, but this is all we want to see this year. Boom. Put it on him. That's sort of Denzel Boston out there balling still. He was balling during OTAs, balling during voluntary minicamp and all that, and he's still balling. So every single day during this camp, y'all, I'm not going to lie, we're going to hop our butts on here. I'm going to pull up some old receipts, and I'm going to pull up some new receipts, and we're going to keep track of it. Every single day on here, we're going to look at the quarterback tracker. We ain't going to look too much into it. Right? We won't. Come on, man. All right? This is what I'm talking about. This right here is what I'm talking about. And let me show you this, because I know y'all ain't seen this footage. See, when y'all come over here with me, I will give you a little bit of everything. So make sure you come back. Because every single day of training camp, and especially on August 15th, that same day, I will go to the Bears Stadium. I will fly into Chicago. I will be in Chicago when the Bears take on the Cleveland Browns. I will have my notepad. Well, hold on. Where my notepad at? I will have my notepad sit and ready, and I will be taking notes in the stands. And I will bring you live footage, live video, and I will give you the authentic, real report of what I saw with my own two eyes out here in Chicago. All right? But with that being said, I'm monkeying. And that boy Dion chopping it up, man. Come on, baby. Ty Monken and Dion chilling. Just chopping it up. But I want y'all to pay attention to what's the story going to be tomorrow. What's the story? Like I'm dead serious. What are they going to say tomorrow? How is they going to spin this situation that just happened right here with Dion just coming to watch practice, coming to support his son, sitting in the stands watching practice, coming down, talking to the coach, going right back to the stands? What are they going to say about this tomorrow? Because I'm curious now. I want to know now. I want to know. But, hey, what they got to continue to say about Shedeur?
I have no doubt that Todd Monken was very upfront with Shedeur Sanders. I have no doubt that if Shedeur is not working to the commensurate level, that he won't be the starting quarterback.
And this kind of sounded more like he was trying to prop up Todd Monken than he was trying to do anything else.
I think that's also fair.
He was just trying to be like, all right, I know Todd Monken, and Todd Monken isn't going to let that slide. If anything, it's almost a quick shot at Kevin Stefanski, like a drive-by shot at the old coaching regime for letting, Shedeur maybe not go as hard in practices. If we had the evidence to suggest what Florio is saying, that he has taken it in this laissez-faire nature, and he is doing a Brett Favre impression in these practices, maybe I'd believe it a little bit more, but I haven't seen that.
Well, but I think, it's so funny. Like, anytime somebody has thrown out the stats from Shedeur last year, right, which is, worst quarterback, rookie quarterback, whatever, nobody mentions kind of the full story, which is Shedeur's stats did not look great, but this is a kid who didn't get snaps with the first team until he went onto the field in week 11.
Right.
This is a kid who didn't even get
Thank you. Can we drop a bomb for my guy? Hold on. Let's rewind that back, because some people tend to forget that. Y'all say, oh, he's the worst quarterback ever. He looked horrible last year. But Y'all forget he got no reps. He was just thrown out there. And he still did what he could and balled and won y'all 3 games. The most games won by a quarterback last year. Every quarterback for the Cleveland Browns besides Joe Flacco, I think Joe Flacco got like 4 or 5 games. Dylan Gabriel got about 6 or 7. Everybody damn near got the same amount of games and who had the most wins. And he played at the end of the season with a very even more unhealthy offensive line than they had at the start of the season. So, chat, they was tripping, right? I know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that follow button. Show me some love. We will be talking every single day of the training camp. We will be covering it right here on the Golden Gems media account and the Golden Gems podcast.
Stats did not look great, but this is a kid who didn't get snaps with the first team until he went onto the field in week 11.
Right.
This is a kid who didn't even get second team snaps outside of like a week or two where Dylan Gabriel was hurt. So like he was not developed last year because of the quarterback logjam. He just didn't have the kind of reps you would need to then be thrown out into the field on week 11.
Well, also, despite what people try to tell you that the offensive line was as best as we've ever seen it from weeks 11 to 18, there was an NFL high 51% pressure rate. That was the NFL's high, Nick. And leading up to that, it was 46%, okay? Like he faced a ton of pressure on a wide receiver group that averaged 86 yards a game, which is the lowest that any team has averaged since the 2011 Jacksonville Jaguars. The amount of things he had to try to overcome there is astounding.
But what's weird to me is that we do this dance with Deshaun of like, new head coach, a guy that's built his system around a lot of different quarterbacks for Deshaun, and Deshaun has failed to stay healthy, has failed to play competent football no matter what the system is, what's around him, what isn't around him, right?
Yeah, but let's not rule Deshaun out like that. But thank you for stating the obvious. Thank you for stating the obvious. Thank you. Come on now. Thank you for stating the obvious. But what they said was true, and what they said was right. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Let's take 1 or 2 more takes from 92.3 The Fan before we get up out of here, because I believe they're going to continue to give us some good information. And I already looked at this, so let's talk.
Not a great human being. I can't, other than that he can't play and he's not a great human being. I can't figure out any other reason other than that. Like, I don't know why the Browns are doing this. I just don't. I can't understand it. I would literally rather have, and if other franchise that had any soul conscience, regard for how people thought of me, regard for the fans, I would rather start anybody than Deshaun Watson. Shedeur Sanders for sure. Dylan Gabriel for sure. Taylor Green, sure. Why not? Go find what Brian Sipe is up to these days. I'd rather start him than Deshaun. I would literally rather sign a guy off the street to start than Deshaun Watson. And I know there's contractual stuff, but I'd say, sorry, man, you're going to be practicing on the other field the whole time. We're not playing you. We got to keep you around because we just have to, but we're not playing you. Like, at some point, even Jimmy Haslam, who, by the way, I'm a Milwaukee fan, he's killing my Bucks. So 2 teams are got the Haslam curse on them. Jimmy Haslam already threw in the towel. Here, so we took a big swing and miss. We screwed up on Deshaun Watson. And then there's this weird media blitz. I don't get this. I wrote about this in my preview. You go back to last December 6th. Both Adam Schefter, Andy, and Rappaport both reported out of the absolute blue, hey, Deshaun Watson's going to be on the roster next year, and he's got a chance to start. Like, what? Like, Deshaun Watson's not even playing this season. Where's this coming from? And since then, there have been stories dropped about how Deshaun Watson looks great in practice and how they want to give him another chance and how Monken really likes him. And I don't get why there's a media blitz to get everyone acclimated to the idea that Deshaun Watson's going to start again. It's over. It's done. He has not been a good quarterback in like 5 years, not even an average quarterback. He's been absolutely probably the worst quarterback in the NFL since he decided to sit out a season with the Houston Texans to try to force a trade. What's the point of
talking? Look, he even got me quiet just like this.
If I was a Browns fan, and Browns fans are great, they deserve better than this. If I was a Browns fan, I'd be mad. But why? Why are we doing this? Why do we need to suffer through you guys trying to convince us that Deshaun Watson's a good idea in the year 2026?
But that's the thing. I don't believe and I don't agree and I don't think that Deshaun Watson is a good option in 2026. But I believe that at the end of the day, I love the fact that Deshaun Watson is here and still on this roster. Because that gave and told Shedeur Sanders that, hey, Shedeur, guess what? You got to work all offseason. Hey, Shedeur, hey, you got to grind and you got to act like, hey, this is your only shot. Hey, Shedeur, hey, it's either now or never. That put a different fire under Shedeur and probably a fire that he probably would have already had lit. But it gave him even more of a fire because now, if I'm going into offseason, and I know that my competition is a quarterback who was once a Pro Bowler, a quarterback who was once compared in the likes or to the likes of a Patrick Mahomes. If I go out here and I know I got to compete with him, and I know they potentially looking at starting him, and I know that potentially, it is a good chance that with Deshaun Watson coming back, myself, I have to make sure that I'm equipped and I'm ready and I'm training my ass off in order to have this shot. Because Shedeur Sanders, everybody say, yes, he's a 5th round pick. Everybody like to say that, but he is a 5th round pick. It's a realistic thing that happened, and there's nothing that we can do about it now. I'm still upset about it, but it is what it is. He's a 5th round pick. His lease is very short. Next year, they got how many 1st round picks? A whole lot of them. How many picks do they have in total? A whole lot of them. So with Shedeur Sanders, he went into this offseason with the best mindset that he could have. And with them dangling that thing and saying, hey, Deshaun can potentially start Shedeur. Hey, Shedeur, Deshaun can potentially start. He took the offseason with the approach that he should have. He was motivated. He was eager. He was hungry. And that's why he's going to be that much more of a better quarterback because of it. I don't like how all this went down. I don't like how all this shaped out. It's still wrong, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, Shedeur approached it the fucking right way. He did. And they got rid of Myles Garrett because they wanted to go younger because they added a few more draft picks. We appreciate that. We understand that. And now we know y'all building with a young core for the future. But Shedeur Sanders is a part of that future. And if Shedeur Sanders continues to improve, he continues to show up day after day during this training camp and this preseason, I promise you, he will be the greatest thing that ever happened to the goddamn Cleveland Browns. And it's because he went through all this. He went through the fire. He went through all the extra ish that people were talking, right? He went through it all. And now he's seeing the other side of it. He still got to go through and still put in a lot more work. But the thing is, they gave him that hunger. They gave him that chip. As a player, as a former player, as a college player myself, I just showed y'all the credentials. As a college player and a former athlete myself, I played baseball, football, and basketball all year round. Never really had a life because I was always playing sports. And I went on to play college football, started off at a small school, then I got my chance and I played at Arkansas. And I always had that chip on my shoulder. And when you give a player a chip, when you count a player out, it gives you a different kind of motivation. It gives you a different kind of hunger. And Shedeur Sanders now dropping to the 5th round, just like my GOAT, Tom Brady, we're drafting in the 6th round. 199th pick. Shedeur Sanders got that chip. 144th pick for Shedeur Sanders. He got that chip. And I promise you, that chip is going to pay dividends for him having it. All this, we're going to look back on and be like, damn, they really did this to him. And he proved to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I'm speaking into existence for Shedeur because I know the kind of person he is. I know the kind of man he is. And I see the kind of talent that he has. And not a lot of people have that. I watched him at Colorado. I watched him when he was in high school. I've been watching him his whole career. Not a lot of people have what this young man has. My playing days are over. So I can only live through my athletes who I pick and choose to follow. And him, he's one of them ones. He's one of them ones. Y'all remember? Y'all gonna remember I said it here. All right. But let's hear what Stephen A was talking to Jared Verse about real quick. Because Jared Verse, He didn't see some good quarterback.
I haven't seen greatness from Deshaun Watson recently. I didn't see great, even though Shedeur Sanders is young and I believe in him, and I believe that this year will be even better for him. I got faith in that young brother. But we haven't seen greatness yet. I need you to tell the audience your definition of greatness, because you said they're both great quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford's great. They ain't him.
Stafford's not great. Stafford's elite. Stafford's the best. Stafford's the that's not the standard for being a quarterback.
Right.
That is like something that you have to literally live, breathe, and die about the sport to do. To get to that level. Great. I think a lot of people in the NFL are good. There's a lot of terrible players, you know what I mean? But there's some good players. Then there's great players where, you know, those dudes that you can be around, you're like, okay, like he's good, like he's great, and he's really getting after it. But then when you get into that conversation of elite, that's where you get to the all pros, that's where you get to the Pro Bowls, then when you get to like the conversations of like Stafford, those are like the dogs. Like, you don't even say elite because he's a step past that.
Jared Verse, I love that response, my guy. Jared Verse, he's going to prove to be a commodity. He's going to prove to be exactly what the fuck Cleveland needed on defense. Excuse my French. I usually don't curse, but Jared Verse, I'm very excited to watch what you do this year. How you feel about being in Cleveland, Jared?
I mean, it's just finishing. I mean, when you look at the numbers and everything like that, and I'm never a big stat guy, big number guy, but to be translucent with it and to talk about the statistics of it all, I'm one of the highest pressure rates. But pressures don't mean anything if you can't finish. Getting to the quarterback means nothing if you can't finish. Yeah, it throws him off a little bit and messes with his head, but sacks is what puts them back a little bit. And that's just finishing is just my biggest part.
How many times would you like to finish this year?
100, 1,000. Like, I want to finish as many times as possible. As many times as I get back there, I want to finish.
Jared, the Browns are hopeful that they can sign Jadeveon Clowney. So I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on that, and how do you guys think? How do you think that you two guys would pair together?
Yeah, I mean, Clowney's obviously one of the best rushers I've ever, watched. Watching his film from college and everything like that. That's one of the biggest reasons I even never played DN. So having that dude in the room would be, monumental for me. But I will say, having that vet presence is probably even bigger than just, my own personal honor of him. Having that vet presence, someone that's been around the game, someone that can teach you things like that. That's why I went to the SAC Summit to be around, Von Miller, Max Crosby, all these, high-end rushers, because you can learn so much from them.
Did you get a chance to talk to him when he was here yesterday visiting?
No, I didn't even get to see him. I heard that for you. How do you go about finishing? I think with you might not get another chance to do that. You just got to handle it right then and there.
Hold on, one question that I asked him. I really wanted to play.
But as training camp wraps up,
he get into it. He get into
so far from the guys around you, what do you like about maybe the depth of pieces on the defensive line, especially on the ends?
Yeah, I mean, I feel very confident that if I go out of the game, somebody can come right behind me and handle that. It's not something I've always been used to. Sometimes I got to go into the game, I got to go 7, 8, 9, 10 plays, get off a play, and then go back in. And having those people behind you that you can trust to go in and help hold things down for a play or two while I get my little breath out, maybe 3, and then let me come back in and just dominate. Having that, that second string, that little bit of depth is monumental.
Jared, there's been a lot said about just your ability and willingness to come in immediately in the spring and start being a vocal leader. Not really,
this is it.
Almost like you've been here for.
My bad, y'all. We had to get through it all.
Well, where did you maybe develop that over the course of your career? Why is that something that you kind of felt comfortable doing as soon as you got?
Yeah, I mean, that's just honestly from my dad. My dad's always been a vocal person. He's always, if something's wrong, if something's not the way that he would like it up to his standards, he's going to voice it. And that's something I've just carried my whole life. From when I was in college, high school, everything like that, just going all the way up to the league. That's something I did with the Rams, and I got in trouble with it a couple times at the Rams being too vocal, but that's just something, that's the way I am. I just want everybody to hold everybody to a high standard because I hold myself to a high standard.
See? He holds everyone to a higher standard because he holds himself to a higher standard. And that's the new standard now that's being set in Cleveland. They have a young Carson Schwarzenegger who was just the defensive rookie of the year last year. They have a young Jared Verse who's entering his third season, but who was a rookie of the year his rookie year, and last year was a Pro Bowler, and the year before was a Pro Bowler. The Cleveland Browns are setting up for a future of success with these young players that they have on this roster. And Jared Verse will be a key part of that. I wanted to show that clip because Jared Verse is coming in and he's establishing himself as a leader. And with him, Carson Schwarzenegger, Mason Graham, those young core pieces that the Cleveland Browns would need for the future and years to come, it takes me back to this. It brings me all the way back to this. And after this, y'all, we're going to have to get up out of here because I got some things I got to go do. But I will be back later on tonight. And if you love anything about stocks. If you love stocks, make sure you tune in tonight. If you love real estate, make sure you tune in tonight. We not only talk about sports on here, but every Wednesday. Yesterday was Stock Wednesday. We didn't have Stock Wednesday because there was a couple things going on, and then I really wanted to hit on the Nolan Wells case, but we will have Stock Wednesday every Wednesday. So if you love real estate, if you love learning about stocks, make sure you tune in every Wednesday. We will also continue to have sports talk every Sunday, Monday, and then also Thursday and Friday, and sometimes on the weekends. When I pop up on here, I'm never going to tell you when I'm going to pop up, but you will eventually see the schedule. You will eventually see the routine. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that follow button. I love you and I appreciate you. Thank y'all for the new subscribers and the new fans coming in. And I promise you, you here and you're getting the right source. I promise you. I'm going to give you everything, and I'm going to have many clips. I'm going to have many things already set up and ready for us to launch. We ain't going to be sitting here just looking at me. All right, I know I look good, but I got to get y'all that good information too. All right, but last point I want to hit on. This right here. The reason why I just showed y'all Jared Verse, he's establishing himself as a leader for the Cleveland Browns. He's establishing himself as a vet for the Cleveland Browns, and this is only his third season. He's establishing himself as, you know what? I'm about to be here for a while. This is my third season. My rookie year, I got Rookie of the Year. The last 2 seasons, I've had 7 sacks. This is my season where I know I'm going to get the bag in the offseason. I know Cleveland's about to give me the bag in this offseason. So if Cleveland about to give me this bag this offseason, then I got to understand this. As Jared Verse, with Cleveland about to give me this bag this offseason, I know I'm about to be here in Cleveland for a while. So I have to set the precedent and the standard of what I expect of this defense, and I have to continue to be a vocal leader because I will be a vocal leader on the Cleveland Browns here for the years to come. And with him establishing himself as doing that, and by doing that, Shedeur Sanders is also doing the same thing on the offensive side of the ball. I'm just saying. He's doing the same thing on the offensive side of the ball because he sees himself as 1, being the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns of the future. 2, being a leader on this young core and this young team. And 3, he remembers how it felt last year when he was throwing the trash cans. Last year when ain't nobody was helping him after practice. He remembers that. And now it says Shedeur Sanders staying after practice with rookie Taylor Green. Practice reps are limited for the summer for the 6th-round pick amid the quarterback competition in a crowded room. This was Shedeur Sanders last year. And now he's stepping into that leadership role only in his 2nd season. The foundation for the Cleveland Browns, I'm not going to lie to y'all. The Cleveland Browns, bro, if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, if you really a Cleveland Browns native and you really been cheering for the Cleveland Browns, and I ain't going to lie to you, I haven't been a Cleveland Browns fan forever. Cleveland Brown, I got family in Ohio. I do. I got family in Cleveland. I do. They ain't too far. But I ain't never been a Cleveland Browns fan. But y'all got my favorite quarterback in Shedeur Sanders. So, yes, I am a Cleveland Browns fan now. Wherever Shedeur goes, just like with Tom Brady, wherever Tom went, I'm with. So now wherever Shedeur goes, I'm going to go. But I'm a Cleveland Browns fan truly because I see what the future holds for y'all. Shedeur Sanders brought me over here to the Cleveland Browns. And now I'm part of the dog pound, baby. And with Shedeur Sanders and him doing this right here, that chip that I was just telling y'all about, he going to keep that chip. That chip that I was just telling y'all about, that's what's going to motivate this man to continue to be great. And that is why he's going to chase greatness year after year, time after time. And that's why this year he will put the NFL on notice. Y'all are going to watch greatness unfold right between your eyes, or right before your eyes, not between your eyes, right before your eyes this season with Shedeur Sanders. It's a quiet quarterback room. For the 6th-round pick, Taylor Green, he ain't going to get that many reps. Shit, he probably getting more than Shedeur Sanders got last year during training camp. Just saying, because maybe he has an actual competent head coach now. You know, a little shot to Kevin Stefanski, but you know, that's what it is. But I'm saying all that to say, y'all, there is a lot of hope for the future of the Cleveland Browns. And let me also, I was going to hit on this for a second, because y'all got to remember, the Cleveland Browns, y'all have a superstar. And with y'all having a superstar in Shedeur Sanders and him being literally an algorithm, Shedeur Sanders is literally an algorithm. We remember Shedeur Sanders posting this workout, right? Doing 30-pound, getting it in, putting in our work. Guess what? He's a human algorithm. You know why? Because his father was a superstar. Now he's going to be emerging as a superstar. And now, with Shedeur Sanders being a superstar, you're just doing, you're just working out in your offseason. And ESPN, since they so bored, they want to try to make fun of you for working out and putting in work in the offseason. They want to make a whole segment about Shedeur Sanders.
We want doubles. What do we want here, Green? Am I playing quarterback for the Browns? Am I trying out? Am I punting for me?
I'm going to be quarterback for the Browns this year.
Let's go.
Y'all are grown-ass men making fun because y'all all laughing. Wasn't really no context provided.
Just like that, Mike T gave me a pick.
They made a whole segment about my man just posting a workout video. A whole segment about him just having a workout video. So Cleveland, understand the kind of person y'all have out there in Cleveland. Y'all have a generational superstar in the making. And if he proves his doubters wrong this season, he's going to be more than just an algorithm. Y'all mad because he lifting 30 pounds above his head? y'all had to make a whole segment about it? Come on now. Man, you can keep all that. You can keep all that. SO to Shedeur Sanders. SO to the goddamn Cleveland Browns. Let's drop a bomb for Cleveland Browns. Let's drop a bomb for the Shedeur Sanders. But let's also drop a bomb for y'all. Y'all are here because you recognize what I recognize. The greatness in that young man. The greatness of the Cleveland Browns. Dubs in the chat if you think the Cleveland Browns are going to be great this year. Dubs in the chat if you can see the Cleveland Browns really excelling and balling this year. Dubs in the chat if you truly believe in Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. And make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And dubs in the chat for what Shedeur Sanders is about to do this year. Because I told y'all, hey, it's about to get scary, bro. It's about to get scary. It's about to get scary. And even you, yeah. Actually, I ain't gonna. We're gonna talk about Kevin Stefanski tomorrow. Actually, I'm about to save this clip. I wasn't gonna play it now. Production, we ain't gonna play this today. We ain't gonna play it today. We ain't gonna do it, y'all. We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it. I think I didn't talk enough about Kevin Stefanski and them boys. I'm gonna say this clip for tomorrow. Tomorrow, best believe we're gonna talk about Kevin Stefanski. Y'all gonna see why. But more of the story though. And let me leave y'all with this. Shedeur Sanders will continue to prove the doubters wrong. Shedeur Sanders will continue to ball out this season. Shedeur Sanders will continue to be a human algorithm. And Shedeur Sanders will continue to prove that he's that guy. These are all the highlights from today. Some from 11 on 11. Some from some team drills. See some missed passes. You see some completed passes in here. But Shedeur Sanders, his only focus needs to be just balling this year. That's it. Proving the Cleveland Browns and the fans why they should select him. Or why they should build around him. My bad, not select him, but why they should build around him next year. The future is here. The future is now. And the future is that boy and that man, Shedeur Sanders. Now let's get to y'all comments, man. Let's get to the chat. All right, let's get to the chat. All right. It says Browns QB tracker picks, chooses. They pick and chooses. is not accurate. The only man to play in the Super Bowl in the World Series history, SO to Deion Sanders. Okay, yeah, the only man to play in the Super Bowl. Yes, that is facts. Dang, y'all blew up the chat today. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, at least he didn't throw no interceptions like Deshaun Watson did in his first day, who it was back-to-back. I will put these comments on the screen, but it is what it is. Shedeur should get the ball on the first team snaps. Yeah, he definitely should. Deion is the reason cornerbacks and safeties getting money now. Yes, that is a fact. Shedeur Sanders fan, if you know the history of the black quarterbacks in the NFL, don't hate on Deshaun Watson because you're a fan of Shedeur. That's pathetic. That is a fact. I don't hate on Deshaun Watson because I'm a fan of Shedeur. I say, and I call it a spade, always. Like I told y'all, we ain't hating on Deshaun Watson, but you only played 19 games, my guy, and it's been about 4-5 years. I still want you to be great because I wanted the actual, when you came out, before the goddamn Chicago Bears to goddamn Mitchell Trubisky, I wanted them to take Deshaun Watson. That's still a trade, or not even a trade, a draft pick that hunts me. Why the hell would we take fucking Mitchell Trubisky, an unproven? Actually, I know why, but I ain't going to say it on. We took Mitchell Trubisky over Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson just came off a couple national championship appearances and one national championship where he beat Alabama. Don't get me started. But just know I'm a Deshaun Watson fan. All right? I appreciate that comment, though, because don't slander, I agree with that. Don't slander Deshaun Watson to boost up Shedeur. Let's not do that. All right? What matters is what happens on the field, obviously. Like I said, I agree with you. What concerns me is that damn offensive line and the footwork of the QBs. Yeah, I get that, but I think Shedeur, he's going to be all right. He said he's been waiting for the Cleveland Browns to be good since the 1980s, and he's been waiting for y'all to be good. Mary Kay wants a happy endings for Watson. Yes, she definitely does. But, yeah, with all that being said, hold on. I'm going to play this again, y'all. All right, like I told y'all, I'm going to continue to just play these highlights as I'm reading the comments. So if you want to continue to watch highlights, these are the highlights from today. So you're watching the highlights from today's video. Yes, his footwork, Shedeur Sanders' footwork isn't the best. Sanders is also helping Taylor Green. Tom Brady, that's a damn cheater. No Brady slander in the chat, y'all. Stop playing, man. No Brady slander will be tolerated in the goddamn chat. Y'all know I'm a Brady fan. Now cut it out. I'm going to follow you this season, bro. Today was the first time I seen you today. You have great content. I appreciate that, man. Much love. I appreciate that. Rex Ryan will never be a great coach like his dad. That is a fact. Rex Ryan, that's why he's on the sideline now. That's why he hasn't had a coaching job in 10 plus years, because everybody sees he is not a goddamn good coach. But I digress. Rex Ryan is jealous. He'll never coach in the NFL again. Do you remember what Deion and Sanders said about the Cleveland Browns? I remember the Shedeur. Yeah, they did say initially they said that they didn't want to go to the Cleveland Browns, or it was interpreted that they were talking about the Cleveland Browns when they said certain teams, when he came out in the draft, certain teams he just wouldn't go to. Well, guess what? Now he's in Cleveland, and now he chose Cleveland. So that's old news, old history. All right. More chats. I'm not one of those bandwagoners. I've been a Cleveland Browns fan since 1965. Don't you remember Deion and Sanders said they were going to pull a Eli and Manning and John Way if Cleveland drafted them? They never said if Cleveland drafted them, though. They said only if teams. So I get what you're saying, but Eli and Manning, they did what Deion and Shedeur Sanders attempted to do. The NFL, said, y'all are not Eli, y'all are not the Mannings, and y'all will not do this. Y'all will not dictate to where you go. And just to show you that you won't dictate where you go, we're going to drop you to the goddamn 5th round. So, yes, they potentially said that one of the teams that he wouldn't go to was the Cleveland Browns. Well, guess what? Now he's on the goddamn Cleveland Browns, and now ain't nobody can do anything about it. He had his option. Shedeur Sanders had his option to choose which team technically that he wanted to go to. He turned down the Baltimore Ravens because he didn't want to be a backup to Lamar Jackson. We know that, right? So if we're saying that, and he chose to come to Cleveland where he had a better opportunity and where he knew the history of Cleveland. But what's the greater story? You going and backing up Lamar Jackson, or you turning around the Cleveland Browns franchise and being one of the quarterbacks that the Cleveland Browns been waiting on for years and years, since the 1980s. You being that franchise quarterback, you turning around a whole generation of losing and turning them into winners. Because Cleveland, they're going to be winners. I mark my words. But more chats, though. All right, I see y'all. Y'all still, hey, I ain't going to be here reading the comments all day, y'all. Just tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow we will be doing the same breakdown. What time we get on today? Today we got on around 2 o'clock. I think around 2 o'clock, that's when camp ends. So make sure you tune in tomorrow around 2 o'clock. We're going to probably be back around that time. So as soon as camp over, I promise you we're going to be here. We're going to be live. All right, but let's shut all this down. All right. Oop, my bad. All right, more comments. Shedeur had nothing to work with last year. That's a fact. Shedeur had nothing to work with. Shedeur had nothing to work with last year. We heard Lima and them boys say that. Because if I actually, let me play this one more time. Let me play it. Hold on. Where is it? Actually, I ain't gonna play it. Let me read these last few comments and then we're gonna get up out of here, y'all, because I really do gotta go run and do something. Actually, while y'all on stream, hey, boys picked up some new kicks the other day. Hold on. I was just gonna show you the address. Boy, hold on. All right. I got two packages from Nike. All right. I was supposed to unbox these yesterday, but I didn't. So now I'm on just unbox one. All right, I got this one open. I honestly shouldn't have grabbed these, but I did. We're going to get to the rest of these comments, but I just wanted to show y'all this because I meant to unbox these on stream yesterday, but I didn't. It is what it is. Definitely shouldn't have bought these. Might return them, but I did. It is what it is. All right, what we got here? Fours. I grabbed some fours just because I got to stay off these websites just buying shoes just because. All right. Yeah. These nice little Nikes, some fours. Got these from Nike the other day. These are nice. That's out of Nike. Showing you boys some love always. Next box, I believe these are my Kobe's. I know this is so random. Let me continue to read the chat, though. The last two comments that I'm going to read. I don't see the starter in week 1. Still a lot of work to do. That's a fact. We ain't going to see no starter after one day, y'all. Come on now. We will not see a starter after one day, right? But with that being said, we have to give Shedeur Sanders the runway, and we got to give even Deshaun Watson the runway to prove us why they're great. Oh, my goodness. I love this box, though. That's sort of Nike, baby. That's sort of Nike. Yeah, you know we a size 13, you know. Big feet out here. All right, but last two comments. All right, my bad. I got sidetracked, y'all. I'm going to show y'all these last little thing of Kobe's. Oh, my goodness. Even the packaging. I love these. I don't know why more people didn't want these. That's sort of Nike, though. Oh, my goodness. These are beautiful in person. Holy sh! Woo! That's sort of Nike, baby. Keep on sending the packages. I appreciate y'all. That's sort of Nike. How y'all feel about these Kobe's, though? Yes, I'm an idiot because I bought 2 pair of pink shoes back to back. These are damn near pink, right? I don't know what got into me. I don't know what got into me. That's sort of Nike, though. For, y'all sending me the bogus shelf, but that's what Nike. Y'all mess with these? Y'all rock with Kobe's? That's what the Kobe too. The late great. Hey, if y'all don't know, y'all see the jersey right there? Come on now. Y'all know. Hey, we Kobe fans over here, baby. That's what the Kobe. All right. Right now, I know I'm getting sidetracked. If you, tune in tomorrow around 2 o'clock. But y'all know who my GOAT is. Y'all know who my legend is. I am a Kobe fan. So yes, anytime Kobe's released, I do tell Nike, send me y'all Kobe's. So that's what the Nike, baby. How y'all feel about these though? All right. I just wanted to unbox these on streaming. I meant to do it yesterday, but it is what it is. But let's finish the video, all right, before I get the hell up out of here. All right, last 2 comments before I take off and leave. Last 2 comments. All right, my bad. Sorry for the sidebar. Last 2 comments, though. I don't see him being a starter in week 1. Still got a lot of work to do. See, I understand what you're saying. I understand that y'all saying you don't see Shedeur Sanders being a starter in week 1. I totally understand that. I get that. But if it's close and Deshaun Watson isn't light years above him, why not give Shedeur Sanders a young quarterback who can use the reps and a young quarterback who you need to figure out whether or not you're going to keep him on your roster moving forward, whether or not you're going to keep him on your team moving forward, period. Why play with Shedeur Sanders? And why not give him the why not give him the runway? that he deserves. So that way you can actually see, you know what you got in Deshaun Watson. What's the point of seeing him? What's the point of even throwing him out there? You don't know what you have in Shedeur Sanders. Last year he played with a trash offensive line and really no weapons on offense. Because when he got in there, he had Harold Fannin for 1 or 2 games. Then he got injured. When he got in there, he had Quinshon Judkins for 1 or 2 games. Then he got injured. And he had an abysmal offensive line. So what is the point on playing Deshaun Watson, who we know what he brings to the table? Yes, we haven't seen him play in an NFL game in about a year or 2, but who cares? You have to see what you have in Shedeur Sanders. You have him at least on the books for 2 to 3 more years under contract. We have to see what he has. There's no point in seeing what Deshaun Watson has. There's no point. I'm telling you, there's no point. Deshaun Watson is what Deshaun Watson is. We love him. I loved him coming out of Clemson. I love what he did in Houston. But since he came to Cleveland, hey, it's been ugly. He's had 2 Achilles injuries and a shoulder surgery injury. I'm sorry, Deshaun. We got to move on. We'll give you a $40 million, worst contract in NFL history, $250 million we owed you. We paid you. Now, bye-bye. We got to see if we're going to either draft the quarterback next year in the draft or we're going to build around Shedeur Sanders and continue to build this young team and this young core for them to be Super Bowl contenders one day. So that way Cleveland can get a goddamn championship. All right? He said, how's your streaming life treating you lately? My streaming life is up and down. My streaming life is up and down. But with more viewers like y'all showing love, with more people like y'all tuning in, even the people that's still in here. You know, I know it's just me now. I'm not showing y'all any clips. All right. But with people like y'all, though, I truly appreciate it. I don't care if I get 1 follower. I don't care if I get 1 viewer. I don't care if I get 1 like on a post. I'm going to do this because I love it. I'm going to do this because it's my passion. I'm going to do this because when I retire, right? When I said bye-bye, let me pull this up one more time. When I said bye-bye to Arkansas, all right, if you want to know my history, go watch the video that's featured on my channel. When I said bye to Arkansas, right, I knew that I still had a passion and a love for something. And that something was me talking about sports. My something was me talking and pouring my passion out on my platform and giving it to the people. I've been podcasting. I've been a podcaster, and I've had a podcast since 2019, right? Damn near even a little bit before that when I was recording, bro. I started my first podcast recording in the closet at my dorm room. It wasn't a dorm. I was in an apartment at that point. But in my apartment in college, I'm telling you, I went to the closet and I was just in there. I'll play it for you one day. I might even, since I'm talking about, I might even pull it out tomorrow, right? I started with nothing in this podcast game. I'm still with nothing. But y'all, even the 1 comment, the 1 like, that goes a long way, dog. People in my family coming up to me and saying, hey, keep posting your motivational videos. If y'all know anything about my motivational videos, let me show you my Instagram, because I'm going to leave y'all with this too. If you want to also follow me on Instagram, feel free to. I post a lot of motivational content literally on the regular basis. And people was missing even my motivational content. People was missing even me hopping on stream and just talking about things in general, just about life. All right, so we're going to do this. I'm going to play y'all this last video of me, myself, and I, right? And we're going to end it at that. But I do this for not only me, but for the people who actually enjoy my content and enjoy what I do. All right? That's why I do this. So, yes, the streaming life is treating me all right. But I don't do this for the money. I don't do this for the views. I don't do this for none of that. I do this for my people who actually like my content and people who really says that I motivate them. They like my commentary. They love what I do and the enthusiasm and the excitement that I bring. And y'all feel like y'all part of me when I'm in here. So that's why I do.
Quick PSA. Hey, I just left that boy Jimmy, and it's damn near been about a month or 2. Hey, I needed a reminder, so let me be a reminder to you. Hey, it's okay if you ain't seen that boy Jimmy in about a month or 2. Hey, it's okay if you ain't worked on that business plan in about 5 months to a year. And hey, it's okay if you've been eating those hot Cheetos and Doritos, you know, and you were supposed to be working on that diet. That was probably about a month or 2 ago. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Don't trip. But what's not okay is you forgetting why you started that diet in the first place. What's not okay is you forgetting why you started that business plan in the first place. And what's not okay is you paying for that gym membership. You ain't been in about 4 or 5 months. Listen, that's not okay. That's not okay at all.
But what is okay is you picking back up where you left off. What is okay is you starting over. What is okay is you saying, hey, at the end of the day, you know what? Today gonna go ahead and be the day. Today gonna go ahead and be the day while I start working on a business plan game. Today gonna be the day while I start eating that salad instead of them Cheetos and Doritos. Today gonna be the day where I go ahead, kick my ass in the gear, and I put one foot in front of the other, and I focus on getting 1% better. Let today be the day. Because what's stopping you? Nothing. Nothing. So I need you to grab how you're supposed to grab so you can shine how you're supposed to shine. You understand? Put one foot in front of the other. Get 1% better every day. That's it. That's all. You feel me? So, hey, it's okay. It's been a little minute. But guess what? It's time to get started. You understand me? Yeah, straight like that? No. Just like that? Yeah, like that. And guess what? We back. Yeah. Hey.
So, and I made this video because I had a lot of people say that they missed that kind of content from me. I had a lot of people say, and this is my Instagram right here. So if you want to go follow my Instagram, go follow my goddamn Instagram if you want to. All right. I post motivational content all the time. I post it honestly on a regular, on a daily basis. But dog, I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm not no better than y'all. It's just, dog, I got a passion. I got a dream. And one day I hope to be on a television screen doing this stuff. Even if I'm not, if I'm just sitting over here behind my lights, behind my cameras, my keyboards, behind one laptop going, one camera going while I'm editing and making sure these videos pulled up for you on another laptop, with me doing all this, I'm doing it because I care about y'all. And because at the end of the day, this is my passion. This is my life. After I put them cleats up, after I hung up them cleats, I said that at the end of the day, I still want to give back. I give back because I coach. I'm a coach too in real life. I give back because I'm a teacher. I teach in real life. And with that being said, I don't only teach just basic things. I teach finances. I teach about financial literacy. I teach about stocks and real estate. And that's the conversation that we're going to continue to have on here. So not only we're going to talk about sports, but we're going to have different segments where we talk about this, we talk about that. So you can come here for everything. I'm a one-stop shop. You need some motivation, guess what? You can get some motivation. So best believe, when you hit that follow button, you hit that subscribe button, I'm not here putting on the facade. I bleed just like you bleed. When I cut my wrist, I bleed red just like you. Period, point blank. All right. And with that being said, like I said, I love you. I appreciate you. Tune in tomorrow around 2:00 after training camp, and we will continue to get into more Shedeur Sanders topics. You understand me? So, baby, I love you. I appreciate you. And hell, actually, one more motivational video. Why not? All right. Because I think, I'm not the only one who need a little motivation. I think we all do sometimes.
Scariest place to be in life is the same place that you was in last year. So listen to me. You got to learn, you got to grow, and you got to evolve, baby. Sometimes, guess what? You got to kick your own ass in the gear. You understand me? Ain't nothing going to be handed to you. Ain't nothing going to be given to you. So go take what's yours and go get what's yours. You understand me? So, hey, go be great. Go do what you got to do. And, hey, it's enough money out here for all of us. So go get your money. Yeah, sure like that. Nah. Yeah, just like that. Nah. Yeah, like that. Just go get your money, baby.
All right. And with that being said, go get y'all money. Go be great. I'm sorry that I hopped on my soapbox. I'm sorry that I started showing shoes and all that. But when you hear, dog, you'll never know what you're going to get. But truly, truly, just understand this. I appreciate y'all. I'm grateful for every single like, every single video. But I'm not doing this for anybody. I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this because of that person, because of that person. I'm doing this because I had some people say, hey, I miss your motivational videos. I had some people say, hey, I miss your sports content. I had some people say, hey, I just miss you being a presence. So for me being a positive presence on this internet where so much negativity, I gladly do it every single time. All right. It's so much negativity out here in this world. It's so much chaos going on in this world, even with the Nolan Wells case that I'm covering, so much chaos and stuff, even within that. But I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it because in all this negativity in the world feeling negativity, where you see all these negative posts, all these negative things, dog, if I got to be the one shining light, the one voice or the one positive person that you see on the internet, then goddamn, I'm going to be the one positive person or one positive voice that you see on the internet. I'm not perfect, but I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I bleed just like you bleed red at the end of the day. All right. So I love you. I respect you. I appreciate you. Now, do me a favor. If you want to learn more about me, go ahead, go click through some of these videos I got on the Golden Jones podcast. Go ahead, click through some of these videos. Go ahead, research, learn a little bit more about me. But I need you to do me a favor. I need you to make sure you come back. All right. So with that being said, yes, before we get out of here, I need you to do me also one more favor. I need you to send this video. Send this to your mama, your daddy, your best friend of another friend, Lit Johnny, Lit Timmy, or Lit Susie. Send this to everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. I send this to everybody. And don't forget about Lit Susie too. And don't forget about Lit Josh, because Josh just moved down the street from Lit Susie. And you know he need these gems too. So send these gems to everybody, because you can't be selfish. Come on now. You can't be keeping all these gems to yourself, baby. So without further ado, guess what? We're going to be back. I love you. I appreciate you. Go ahead, click through some other videos, click through my other content. I promise you, I ain't the best, but, I'm getting up there. You got to crawl before you can walk in anything in life. So always remember, even if you want to go ahead, hop on, YouTube, start making videos, even if you want to start making content, go do it. Ain't nothing stop you. Dog, it's you versus you every single day that you wake up out of that bed. It's you versus you. You the only person that's stopping you. You the only person that's holding you back. And for me, I was the only person holding me back. And that's why we back on here day after day. We back down like SmackDown every single day. So once again, do me a favor. Send these gems to everybody. Stop being selfish. I send this to everybody for real. Show your boy some love. Hit that follow button. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on them notifications. So that way you get notified to when we hop on here. And every single day that we on here, at least until training camp is over, we will be talking about the Cleveland Browns. I will be also bringing in some Chicago Bears topics, as that's my home city. That's the home state, and I will also be bringing y'all live footage when the Cleveland Browns take on the Chicago Bears, that first preseason game. What is that? August 15th. So damn near here in a couple weeks. I will be live in the stadium at Soldier Field, and I will bring you that footage too. But without further ado, hey, I appreciate you. I love you. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that follow button. And I will see you soon. And guess what? We out. Yeah, we out, baby. Talk soon, though.
Hey, we live now, really.